Hey everybody, Jim Edwards here, and welcome back to the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks Podcast. This is episode 147, and with us we have my very good friend and our podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
I am fantabulous and getting better. Thank you for asking. So that's something Zig Ziglar used to say. I'm great, but I'm getting better. So there you go.
Way to look at it. You got to be optimistic.
That is true.
Got to be optimistic.
Absolutely. Have your chin up when someone hits you in the back of the head with a 2x4 when you're not looking. So, what are we talking about today, Stu?
Communications.
Uh-oh.
Communications is key. Communication is key. And have you noticed the evolution? And this is funny. I got this idea of this topic when somebody was asking me about the newsletter that I put out.
Yeah.
He's a local kid. And I said, yeah, just send me an email. And he looked at me funny, like, email? Why would I send an email? I said, can I just text you in my email address? I said, yeah, you can do that too, but why can't you just send me an email? And, I got to realizing that, back when this whole internet email communication started, we were all really excited about getting email. I mean, remember when the little voice popped up and the email little sound came on notifying you had an email? You've got mail.
Yeah.
Right. And now that has evolved into nothing but spam filters and a mass delete feature.
Oh, yeah.
In your email box.
Yeah.
And I think some of the younger generation consider email about as formal as maybe we consider, snail mail and handwriting a letter to somebody.
Yeah.
Right. So snail mail, phone calls, emails are being replaced by text and DMs on social media platforms. So how do we navigate these changes and remain relevant with our customers and potential customers if that is the direction where communications is going?
All right. Well, I'll tell you. Do you want the real answer, or do you want like the answer that people should be given? I'm going to give you the real answer. I'm going to give you like Jim Knife Hand. Look, if y'all want my information, then you are going to get it the way I say you're going to get it, or you ain't going to get it. Now, that's how you get poor, because it's like this is how we do it, but that's not the way I want to do it. Well, this is how we do it. Well, I guess I'll go do it with someone else. Is basically what's going to happen. That's why I talked about last week. I've mentioned a couple times people that I've known along the way, the journey of online selling, online marketing, direct selling, digital market, whatever you want to call this thing that we're doing online. Basically, we have a business and we use the internet as our primary means of communication and distribution. But there's no such thing as an internet business. You have a business that uses the internet. Okay, sure. But we have a business. But what I said is that there are tons of people who used to be successful who are pulled over at the rest stops on the information superhighway waiting for things to change back. This is a great example. I'm waiting for people to start paying attention to my emails again. Well, guess what, Chuckles? If they ain't paying attention now, they aren't magically going to start paying attention again in the future. Yeah. So what's happened with communication is that we have Stu, would it be okay if I went to the board?
Sure, I love the board discussions.
Okay. All right. So back in the day, okay, okay. This was the extent of communication. Here's you. Here's your potential customer. All right. You had this is a really crappy globe, but you had your web page. You had email. You had snail mail. And you had this thing called a phone. when we started selling back in the day, did you not have a landline phone, Stu? Like a phone?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
This is what we had. If you want, and then if you were like super, super cool and geeky, there was this chat thing called ICQ. Do you remember that? ICQ? It was the first chat thing. Anybody else remember ICQ? This is back in like the mid 90s, mid to late 90s. ICQ was the thing. That was how you communicated. And primarily what happened was someone showed up to your website. They saw this really, 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 really amazing bit of copy that said, join my list. That was the extent of building a newsletter. Okay. Join my list. All right. Then they would get on your email list and you would send them email. That was pretty much it. That you would send them email to get them to go to the web to do stuff. And that was the whole communication thing.
And they opened them.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
They were excited to get them.
So occasionally people would send some snail mail. Occasionally there would be interaction over the phone, and none of this stuff with ICQ with actual customers. This was like other things. So now we go to today. And the problem with today is, in a lot of respects, is that you've got Facebook, and Facebook has like 80 gajillion different ways to communicate. You got stories, you got live. Direct message, you got live, you got comments, you got all these different things just on Facebook to be able to communicate with people. Same thing with Instagram. I mean, you got messages inside of Instagram, you've got connecting on like topics and posts. You've got email, but the problem is everybody's got email, and you got all these things now where you're fighting filters, not just spam filters, but just filters. You got on the cell phone, you got what, SMS, You got text, there's email on the phone, there's like all these different ways and places to communicate with people. And, you know, you got your blog. I mean, you've got LinkedIn with all the same options. You can message somebody through LinkedIn. You can leave comments
on your blog. Yep.
Yeah. It's so what's happening is you've got all these different places that you can create communication stuff, and everybody has their favorite way of doing it. Like I like text. I like email, but then I have some friends that I communicate with through this app called Signal. I got other friends that I communicate with this other app called, what is it? Oh, Telegram. And people use WhatsApp. Do you use WhatsApp?
Yep, use it this morning.
Okay. So the problem is that there's a bunch of different ways to communicate. The opportunity is there's a whole bunch of different ways to communicate to be able to connect with people. And they're changing all the time. So the number one question you got to ask is, where is my audience? And that's should be a why. Where's my audience? Where are they? Where are they, and how do they want to communicate? I mean, Stu does a lot more on Instagram than I do, actually communicates with people through Instagram because his kids are on Instagram. A huge portion of his audience is on Instagram, but then the old farts like me are over on Facebook.
Yep. And email.
And email. So what's the answer, Stu? What should we do?
You need to find a good mix of all of them that is doable every single day without overwhelming your capabilities.
Right.
And it's
So-
not that hard. It really isn't. I get videos from DMs on Instagram. I get emails from people as well because I say, ask me a question, I'll send you an answer. Each one of those individual emails that I send has a great little signature on the bottom that quickly explains everything that I do and links to more store and other activities. So you can really make your communications hit like a one-on-one advertisement that you want that person who's asking you a question to see.
Right. And I also think that it's a question of, you say a good mix, but also tools and techniques and efficiency. I remember when you came down to my house and we were working out in my garage and you were on the bike talking. I'm like, who the hell are you talking to at 6 a.m? And you said, I'm texting. I said, what do you mean you're texting? How are you? Oh, I just dictate into my phone. You could dictate into your phone? Yeah. I had no idea that you could dictate into your iPhone into text and it did text to speech and did a pretty good job. And that, just learning that one day revolutionized my life as far as just being able to be more efficient with stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not just applying your old man noodle to new stuff. It's learning new ways of doing things to be more efficient at communicating. But here's the other thing too. You also can't do everything. So you got to choose the stuff that's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. I can't keep up with direct messaging on Facebook. I simply can't do it. People direct message me all the time and then get pissed when I don't respond. I'm not responding because I'm not even checking it. It literally is to that point. I just can't do it. But I can check email. I can, communicate other ways. So you also don't feel like you're going to do it all because you can't.
Yeah, and be comfortable with that. And like you said, biggest buck,
Right.
biggest bang for the buck. And I and then find platforms that enable you to do multiple things at once. Like this show right now is on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, 2 Facebook pages, and YouTube, and on a web page.
And it's on my Facebook profile, it's on my Facebook page, and it's in 2 Facebook groups. So I mean, this is going around all at one time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different, and on my website. So 8 different places at once.
And that's using a business called StreamYard.
Right.
Just enables you to do live stuff. And there's other programs that enable you to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
Multiple things. So.
And the other way to look at it too is give people options for consumption. So take the same thing that you might do in your newsletter, okay, and make sure that's up on your blog. If appropriate, make sure that it's on, again, you can put notifications about it on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on all these different things that it's kind of like, don't expect everybody to show up at the blog, or don't expect everybody to get the newsletter. But if you take the same information and broadcast it to different platforms so that no matter how they like to consume the information, they can get it, then that's a smart thing to do as well. So it's not just direct communication, it's with your posting of your stuff and where you're adding value. One of the things that I'm going to start looking at now as a result of a hour-long conversation I had yesterday with Dan Kennedy is what's the one thing we used to get a lot of that we don't get a lot of anymore? Stu?
I don't know.
Okay. What is that, Stu?
Regular mail?
Yeah, mailbox. How much direct mail do you get now as opposed to what you got 20 years ago?
Yeah, very little. Yeah.
Maybe none.
Yeah.
I mean, the only
I might get coupons in the mail and those little coupon things. That's about it. Yeah.
right. So one of the things that I'm going to do, and that's smart, Carlin and Anthony got it. I'm just throwing this out there, okay?
You think it's coming back?
I think it's coming. It's going to come back for me in this way. So everybody and their brother is out there spending money trying to find new customers on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Google AdWords, and everywhere else. Everybody's out there blowing dough trying to find new customers. So it is nothing. In fact, there are entire courses that are taught that basically tell you that if you can go out there and spend $1 on Facebook and get $1.10 back, that you can then scale that up so that if you spend $33,000, every time you spend 33 grand, you're going to make $3,000. And they're like, you can build a business like that. Well, that scares the ever-loving shit out of me. Okay, as someone who spends more than that every month on Facebook ads across all the different stuff that we do, I hate this. Now, let me ask you a question, Stu. Is it easier to find a new customer or get somebody who's already bought from you to buy from you again?
Return customers.
Return customers. So, $33,000 to make $3,000, and the only one who really wins off of this is the little red-headed monkey that owns the Facebooks. Okay, he's the one that's getting rich. So let me ask you this: let's say you had 1,000 customers that you had their email, you had their physical mailing address. Okay, and let's say that you sent a newsletter to those people, unsolicited, but they were customers who knew you were who you were. That's a $3,000 cost to you. All right. Let's say that you threw in, and it was true, just straight up content, made them feel great. So $3,000 going out to people who've already spent money with you at another time. So, and you don't even make an offer. You just send them content. Let's say next month you do that again. All right. You sort out the list. You get all the returns and you get everything, you really get the list squared away. You do it again. And then let's say the next month you mail those. So now you're $6,000 in. I mean, hell, you're not even a fifth of the way through the $33,000 budget trying to make the $3,000. So now we send an offer, another offer, and it's cost us $3 to send them a couple pages and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if this is within 50 cents. Okay, $3. And in this one, we make an offer for, say, a workshop for, I don't know, $500. Okay, and let's say I have a 2% take rate. What's 2% of 1,000?
20.
It's 20. Very good. You were a liberal arts major like me, Stu. So, all right. This one we make an offer and we have a 2% take rate. So like people who already know you, like you, trust you, you're giving them value, and basically you suck at the end. 2%. So that's 20. And we made a $500 offer. What's 20 times 500, Stu?
10,000.
$10,000. So now we have made $1,000. But the relationship that we have with that list is rock solid, and we can start including little offers. And hey, what happens if I'm a really, 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 really awesome human being, and I get a 3% conversion rate.
Yeah, huge.
Then I made $6,000, and instead of making that, I'm crushing it. Plus, here's the big thing, and this was the thing that Dan Kennedy said to me that blew me away. All right, and this is those of you who aren't subscribed to the to his No BS newsletter, the whole offer that Russell did. Y'all need to be subscribed to that. Okay, I write for Dan Kennedy's newsletter every month. Here's the thing that Dan Kennedy told me that will stick with me until the day I die. All right, up here with Facebook, what is Facebook doing with their ad costs? Are ad costs going up?
I think so.
Does Facebook ban people's accounts for no reason because they don't like your ad? Does Facebook have fact checkers? Does Facebook just generally be a total pain in the ass with their changing algorithms and stuff? Yeah, but guess what? The U.S. mail don't have fact checkers. The U.S. mail is not going to shut down your account because you made a really, really cool claim in a headline in your sales copy that you can back up, but they don't even give you a chance to prove your case. And pretty much unless you're sending pictures of you holding severed heads or something on the outside of the envelope, the majority of your mail is going to get delivered. And right now there's hardly any, if any, competition inside the mailbox. So would it be smarter to try your ass off to get people that don't know you to know you, like you, and trust you enough through Facebook to actually buy from you? Or is it better to take the people that have already bought from you, know you, like you, and trust you, and try and get them to buy more and ascend up your value ladder? And the answer, before you choose one or the other, the answer is both. But what most people do is they focus all their time, energy, and effort here, and then they send, and their money, and then they send a couple of janky ass follow-up emails that get no real results. And so they're just trying to make their whole thing right here and never try to develop a relationship with the people that have already bought from them. Yet in the end, the only thing that you can own is the relationship with the list and their physical mailing address. In the end, honest to God, your email server can be taken away from you. You can be deplatformed. You can be vilified, pilloried, thrown off of everything. But if you've got everybody's email, if you've got everybody's physical mailing address that knows you, likes you, trusts you, and has a relationship with you, could you keep your business going? Absolutely. So that's something to think about with communication that I'm just sharing.
I love it.
So y'all need to get on that newsletter.
I think I'm going to get on a just a postcard. You know, a nice little postcard. You know, something from me that I've never sent before. You know, just send a nice little postcard. Boom. Hey, remember me? Haven't trained with you in a couple of years. Why don't you come back?
Do we want you back special?
Oh, absolutely.
And what you could do is to get them back. Do you think that if you got on a Zoom with one of your past customers for 15 minutes, do you think you could convince at least or persuade at least half of them to take a special offer from you?
Sure.
So what you do is on the postcard, you make it, hey, this is Stu. I want to help you get back in shape. And I want to give you a 15-minute consultation with me. I haven't trained with you in a while. I want to catch up with you, see what's going on in your life and how that we could help you to just continue or improve your fitness journey, how to get restarted if you've kind of gotten off track, or if you've been training on your own, see if we can help you take things to the next level.
Nice.
That kind of thing. So
yep. I'm making a postcard today.
We need to be
me.
well, and we need to then go find what's the easiest, fastest, most economical way to send quality mail, because you don't want to also create another job for yourself of sending the mail.
True. Yeah.
I don't know if they do it anymore, but like the U.S. Postal Service used to have a really cool service that you could send postcards and stuff through them automated. Yeah. Like you could design them and do mail merge and all that other stuff right there through their site. And it was like $1 a pop. I have no idea what that costs now, or if they even still do it. So anyway,
that's good.
That's what I got.
I like it.
So I guess that's it for the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks podcast today.
I guess so. We're just now for the offer. What kind of offer should we have, Jim? A signing away offer.
So I would encourage everybody, if you don't have a copy of my book, Copywriting Secrets, you need a copy of my book with over 82,000 copies sold all around the world. It has been called a modern day classic. If you want to know how to put words on a page, have words come out of your mouth, or use words in email or in video, and you want more click sales and profits, then this book is exactly what you need. In fact, I'm so confident it'll help you, I'll give it to you for free. All I ask is that you show me you're serious by paying a small shipping and handling. Head on over to copywritingsecrets.com. How was that?
Beautiful.
Couldn't have done that better myself. All right. What about if people want to get in shape, Stu? What should they do?
Well, you can check me out at StuSmithFitness.com. First, go to the article section and just read some cool topics. And then, of course, got books and training programs as well. So it's kind of up to you where you need to start. Got starting places for everybody.
All right. And what website should they go to, Stu?
StuSmithFitness.com. Thank you.
Okay. Good job. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you soon.